Okay, so in SAP BW, the reporting component which comes along with your BW software is BEX, Business Explorer. Business Explorer. Okay, in BEX we have basically two components: Query Designer and second one Analyzer, Query Analyzer. Query Analyzer. Okay, these are the two different components through which we can generate the reports. But so what is the difference between these two is Query Designer, this is only used to create the query. This is only used to create the query. Okay, whereas Analyzer, this is used to create and execute. This is used to create and execute the query. Okay, Query Designer is only used to create your query, whereas we cannot run it. Okay, we cannot run it. Whereas Analyzer is used to create the query and at the same time we can execute the query. That is only the difference. But both are one and the same. Both are one and the same. Okay, because in SAP BW for HANA, we don't have this component now. No more. BEX is no more available. Okay, it has Query Designer which is built in HANA Studio. We'll see that afterwards. Okay, so what we do is we create the queries and use all the different functions by using Query Designer. And I can run the query in BW system also. In BW system itself, we can run the query. In SAP BW itself, we can run the query by using T code RSRT. RSRT is the T code to run the query. Okay, fine. So let's see how to create a query. So once you log on to your desktop, okay, remote desktop, okay, remote desktop, go to run and just click on query. You will see the Query Designer. If you type here Analyzer, you will not see this one. See, you have Analyzer as well. 1 minute, let's see if we are able to open it or not. Okay, great. Let's see that. Okay, you have it. So if you see, as I told you, SAP BEX is integrated with Excel. The output of your report is in Excel. So that is nothing but if you want to create the query and run the query, okay, then your Excel has to be, MS Office has to be installed. And top of that your BEX software has to be installed. On top of that, BEX software is a different software again. SAP BW system is a different software and BEX is a different software. Okay, so only BW software can be installed, only BEX can also be installed. Fine. Once you install, if you observe here, the toolbar remains the same except the new one called add-in. Except this one new one called add-in. Okay, except this one, everything is same. Okay, and EPM is generally used for your BPC. EPM is basically used for your BPC. Okay, fine. So now you have this add-in, and then now click on this icon here, open. Okay, this is my BEX toolbar. Okay, let's see whether we will be able to open it or not. I think it's not opening. It's not working actually. It's not installed properly. Okay, See, if I'm clicking this, it should open a window. So what I do is I'll open a query designer. See, it should open like this. So what is this client? This client is nothing but my BW client. If I open this one, what is my client? 500. Here, this client. Okay, this client. 500, user ID, HANA user 06. Okay, user ID, password, and click on OK. Click on OK. Allow. Remember my decision, always say allow. It will not prompt you next time. See, this will open. Okay, so this is the component. Even if you open it from the BEX analyzer also, it will open the same window. There is no difference. There is no difference, except before this create symbol, new query symbol, there is one more symbol which is write symbol. That is OK. Something like this. Here you have write, right? Enter. The same symbol will be there. That is enter. Okay, fine. Now let's see in which cube I have a data. Okay, and if you go to info provider, let's see in which cube I have a data, and I'll use that one. Okay, fine. I have data in this cube. Okay, so I'll use this cube as a report. Fine. So open your BEX analyzer. Open your BEX analyzer. I am creating a new query. Till now, I haven't created any query. So I want to create a new query. If that is the case, we use this option called create. Okay, if you want to open the query which is already been created, then we use this option called open query. Okay, now we are going to create a new query. We are going to create a new query. So click on new, click on new query, and go to find and provide your info cube name on which you want to generate the report. Provide the info cube name on which you want to generate the report, and click on this technical name also, because we are giving the technical name here. If you don't select this one and click on find, it will not find. Okay, unless until your description is also same as your technical name. Okay, right, we got this. We got our info cube. So double click on your info cube or click on open. Anything is fine. Okay, fine. Once you double click on this, in the left hand side, basically this page is divided into 4 pages, 4 tabs we will say. One is info provider tab. Info provider tab. Here we can see what all my key figures, what are my dimensions. Okay, within the dimensions I have my info objects, and then here I have a filter, and here I have default values. And if you go to click on these rows and columns, you will have this thing. And the right hand side last column is my properties. Okay, what are the objects? We select that. For the particular object, what is my property? It will show it in the right hand side. Okay, fine. So first what I do is I'll create a simple query. I'll create a simple query. So go here. Okay, I'll use the say country ID. Okay, and I'll use units sold, number of meetings, orders sold, and units sold. Okay. Provide your means what are the fields that you want to see in the output. Drag and drop it. Drag and drop it in the rows and the columns. Rows in the columns. Okay. Always we keep the key figures in the columns, and rows will have your characteristics. Rows will have your characteristics. Okay. So what are other things I will explain you later. As of now, I'm creating a simple plain query. Okay. Now once you drag and drop your characteristics that you want to see it in the output, okay, now save it. Click on save query. Click on save query. And then here provide the technical name Z batch 15 underscore query underscore 01. Batch 1501. Provide your technical name and description. Any name you can give. Okay, any name you can give. And click on save. Click on save. Okay, and save it. Save it. Fine. Save the request. It will say ask you to the save it in the package. Save it and save it. Okay, now your query is successfully created. If you are opening in the Bex Analyzer, then here you will have a write symbol. Click on write symbol, then it will open it directly. Okay. If not, if your web is integrated with this SAP, means your portal, your Internet Explorer is integrated with SAP, then if you click on this, okay, if you execute this one, it will open. But here we don't have, I think, that option. Okay, fine. Now I want to run this query. How we can run? As I told you, from the BW system itself we can run. The T code for running this Bex query is RSRT. RSRT. Okay, enter the and provide the query name that you want to run. Provide the query name and press on enter and click on execute. Press enter and click on execute. That is not a use the different query. This is not good. 1 minute, guys. Okay, fine. So I have created the query, okay, on the other cube. Okay, on the other cube I have created a query. If you see here, I have created a query on this info cube, okay, on this info cube, ZB14 underscore IC1, okay, and top of that I have used my customer ID, product ID, and in key figures I have selected price, quantity, and net sales. Okay, fine. And I went to RSRT, provide your info queue, that Bex query name, press enter, then click on execute, then click on execute. See, this is my output of my query. This is my output of my query. Customer, product, and my net sales, price, and quantity. If you observe here, for each product, the second column, for each product ID, I'm getting a result. Means it is subtotaling it. It is showing me a subtotal. It is showing me the subtotal, but I don't need this one. I don't want to see the subtotal at the product ID level. Only at the last I want to have a total. That means I should have at the customer level. So if that is the case, how do we do that? Okay. So these are the different properties. Okay, there are many things that we can do it. You have to understand one by one. Okay. So here we can run the query. So what I have done over here, go to RSRT, provide your info, the query, Bex query name, press enter, and click on execute. Click on execute. Okay. Fine. And here for each row level, for product ID, I'm getting the results. I don't want to see that. It looks very odd. Okay. So what I have to do over here is come here, go to your product ID. Okay. Go to display. See, this is a property. I'm selecting the product. So what is the object here? I have selected product. Okay. And these are the properties of the product. Okay. And if you see here, result rows. Once you click on product and go to display, here you have general. In general, what you have? Your description and your technical name. Okay. And then if you go to display, you have display as. Okay. If you see in the output how it is displaying, it is displaying as a key. It is displaying the key. Suppose if you want to have text, then we have to select the text as well here. Okay, display text, because master data is not maintained. That is the reason it's not showing here. If the master data is maintained for that object, then you will have a text, key, key and text and key, like that. Okay, how do you want to see? Based on that, you can select the options. We'll see that one option also, but as of now we don't have master data. That's the reason. Then here, result rows always display. So change the option to always suppress. Means it will separate the result row for product. For product IDs, it will suppress it. Save it. Okay, come back, go to your RSRT, again provide your BEX query name, press enter. Now click on execute. See, now I'm not seeing that result rows for product IDs. Okay, but if you come last, see, overall result, yes, I'm able to see it because that is at the customer level, still it is available. Customer level, still it is available. That is nothing but my display option. Okay, fine.